Oz Pseudolaw, or to give him his published name, Robert Sudi, is a researcher of law and claims to have, quote, authored a legal encyclopedia so accurate it is referenced in the law journals of 4 nations, end quote. Robert Sudi has a YouTube channel named Oz Pseudolaw because it's devoted to debunking some of the arguments put forward by members of the so-called freedom movement. Starting with his response to my stating that I was going to be doing a video in response to Professor Toomey, and pointing to my Locked On Article 61 series on YouTube, Rumble, Telegram and elsewhere, quote, "If only overturning the binding decisions of the High Court was as easy as ranting on a video," end quote. I don't give a shit if the decisions of the High Court are morally binding in your opinion. The question is whether the premise is workable within this legal system, which it provably is not. I don't need to join your cult to disregard law, being around the criminal element most of my life, end quote. And he's correct in stating that the premise of law being based on moral principles is provably not workable within the current system. The two are inimical. Either one will inevitably destroy the other. Robert responded, quote, "The way the law is has nothing to do with me. You aren't presenting reasoned arguments. You are ranting your misconceived opinions. To be reasonable, you would first have to acknowledge reality the way it is before you attempt to change anything," end quote. Robert continued, quote, "What I don't base it on, as you do, is an ideology, a belief system based on a long obsolete document. I look at the way things are, not how I wish they were. I have the serenity to accept that when it comes to law, the final arbiter is the High Court, not some random bloke ranting on a YouTube channel," end quote. Robert then goes on to accuse me of engaging in circular reasoning and not citing any law, despite the fact I'm referencing the earliest written iteration of common law, which is Magna Carta 1215, which stands in perpetuity. You can read that for yourself in Article 61. At one point, Robert uses the sentence, "That's like saying the Bible is true because it says so right here in the Bible,"